Alright. Hello guys. We're back with more FF16. We gotta go out into the forest and find out what the fuck this guy was doing, so...
Leave me be.
Bastard things.
Oh, I never should have let him go alone.
This man's gonna whine about not letting someone go alone for a while. Shut up, Amanda. Alright. So we're actually looking for a side path up here that will lead
Before
us...
we turned east at the shipwrecks to reach the coast. Now we must head in the opposite direction.
So
Left it is then.
Apparently left is opposite of east. Oh right, we have guess I should use Urban Fury before I swap over
One
to
thing I know
Leviathan.
about beastmen is that they love to hide in the dark.
Looky here. No.
What are they up to? Some sort of ritual. Sorry to disturb you.
Here you go. Urban Fury right after that. Two enemies approach. Convoy Chopper. We got him. Okay.
Let's see what's on this altar then. A silver chain. I doubt the Tombury's made it. This must be what Fennec was talking about.
You can't. Okay. So we got ourselves a silver chain. Report back to Fennec.
You're back. Well, did you find anything?
A string of finely wrought links found offered upon an altar in Tonberry territory, exactly as Mysidia's healer suspected. The delicacy of the metalwork, combined with the fact that the attached pendant depicts the head of a dragon, suggests that it is not the work of the beastman.
I did. This silver chain.
I knew it.
Well, I'm still none the wiser.
Forgive me. This chain. It's a Gregorian Maternoster.
Worn by men of the faith. What's it doing here? And why would the Tomburys be praying to it?
To understand that, you need to understand what the Tomburys are. They feed on hatred and suffering. And some say that if you render them an offering, some token of grievance against your fellow man, they will put a curse upon him.
So you think someone's put a Tombry curse on Talor?
I can't say for sure. Truth be told, I always assumed it was an old wives' tale. But given his fear of the forest and the presence of the chain on the altar, I don't know what else to think.
Does Talor have any enemies in the village? Anyone who would nurse such a grudge?
No, I believe the one who left the chain at the altar was Talor himself.
I beg your pardon.
But there's more to the tale, you see. It's said that if you attempt to curse a soul that has returned to the sea already, your ire has nowhere to go but back to its source.
You're saying he cursed himself?
In trying to curse another, aye.
When my father was younger, he was one of the few permitted to venture beyond the wall on trading expeditions. He told us that when he journeyed to Sanbreque, he'd wear that chain to disguise his true beliefs, lest Griega's faithful turn their cudgels on him.
Did they ever catch him in his deception? Might that explain the ill will he bears someone?
Not that he ever told me.
Come now, let's not waste time speculating about Talor's past. We need to focus on the present, and that means finding a way to break the curse.
All right. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
Thank you. I shall.
Aye, and thanks for going to all this trouble. Here, it's not much, but I want you to have this. We call it an adder stone. It's a gatherer's charm. Reacts to certain rare minerals we use in crafting. Makes them ring out like a bell. Stuff you'd have no chance of spotting otherwise. If you find anything, see that you bring it back to me. I can make you some decent gear with it. If you're interested, like.
I am, thank you. And I'll be sure to pay you a visit. Until then, I wish your father a swift recovery.
Alright, we got Serpent Ring Design Draft. Diagram detailing the steps to craft a set of 4 rings believed to channel the might of the icon Leviathan. Let's see what all we need for that. And if it's even better. You have obtained the design draft for Serpent Rings, accessories that, when equipped, enhance Leviathan's iconic abilities. You have obtained the Adderstone. The card from Aquamarine. Adderstones will resonate both audibly and visibly with other nearby sources of precious gems, thus making them invaluable to gather in the rare crafting material. Your controller will also vibrate when within proximity.
Reckon my steel's just as good as any.
There you go. So we can get one for Deluge, Crosswell, and Abyssal Tear. Abyssal Tear is actually one of my favorite abilities in this game too, guys, so that works. Let's go do this quest over here. And then we'll work our way back to that one.
If we pick too many of the flowers, there won't be enough.
There you go. Hey there.
My lord, may I speak? There is a matter with which I would beg your aid.
Of course there is.
Of course, what is it?
Please, not so loud.
Something serious then.
Yes, I think we might have company. I was passing by the low gate when I saw a figure moving among the trees up on the cloak. At first, I thought it must have been you or your brother, so I didn't say anything, but the more I think about it, the more certain I am that the figure looked familiar.
And you're sure it wasn't one of the other villagers?
Positive. I think it was someone from outside the wall who has found his way inside. Of course, it could just be my imagination playing tricks on me. I only caught a fleeting glimpse, and it might have been you or your brother. But if it is who I think it is, cannot allow him to leave now that he knows we're here. Would you go and see? He won't try to hurt you, believe me. Given what lurks in the forest, the only one likely to get hurt is him.
Very well. Whether the man you saw is who you believe him to be or not, we need to know. It may yet be someone else entirely. Someone who means your people, or my people, harm.
Perhaps. Just promise me that if you do find someone up there...
Don't worry. I won't draw my sword unless I need to.
Thank you.
Engage draws his sword, even when he doesn't need to.
Yamila, this man you saw, might he be the customer you told me of?
I fear so.
A customer?
I'll explain later. Come on.
The uninvited guest. That's a term oft used to describe Bahamut. Alright, search for the intruder on the cloak. Well, the cloak is just over here. We're only 120 yards away from them already. What's this?
A bottle. Breath of the Arbor. Perfume from Sambrag. Looks expensive, too. Who's there? Stop!
Looks like there was someone up here. If you're guessing it's Piamat, well, you might be right. By the way, we have Leviathan now. Leviathan. Whip. Thistle tear.
No! Hang on! I'm coming!
Hey dudes. So thistle tear works like this. You start it.
Stand back. I'll handle this.
Alright, now that it's done, you just go like this. And it does a fucking ton of damage. I love it. It hasn't even been upgraded yet. Dick. Got him. Enemy slain. And now we save up 2,400.
Are you all right?
I'm more than all right. I'm saved. Oh, I could kiss you.
Maybe you should introduce yourself first.
Hervey! I knew it was you. What are you doing here?
I came to see you. Oh, my little canary. It's been so long.
Thank you for saving him and sparing him.
Who is he?
Hervey, one of many clients from my employment beyond the wall.
One of many clients? We spoke every night of our plans together. Whispered songs of love into each other's ears. And then you upped and vanished without so much as a word.
I left you a note, didn't I? I told you I was sorry, but that we could never be together. That I could never abandon my family. And I told you not to look for me. How did you even find this place, anyway?
The flame of your love was as a beacon in the night that guided me to you.
Hervey.
I was walking by the coast near Northreach when I saw a lady who looked like you. Eyes like the ocean. Hair like the driven snow. The next moment, she and her companions were jumping in a skiff and sailing out towards the wave. So I, borrowed the nearest boat and started rowing.
It must have been Shula bringing us here. So what? You rowed, found a nose how many leagues across the bay, simply because you saw a woman with white hair.
And as I did, the skies changed from a dull and hopeless grey to a bright and benevolent blue. That was when I knew for certain that my little canary was close.
Nobody talks like
Why
this.
did you come? You should have forgotten me, as I tried to forget you.
Why break his
I
legs?
cannot leave my people, Hervey. And now that you know about this place, neither can you. We must return to Haven and accept my family's judgment.
I'm to meet your family. Oh, my little canary.
Look at the way Clyde puts his hands on his head.
Please, come and see me later. You did as I asked, and you must be rewarded for it. But first, follow me, Hervey.
To the end of the world and beyond.
I feel like this guy's name should be Harvey. So I think there's a treasure chest near here.
You should never have found this place. How could I be so careless?
Don't blame yourself. I doubt anything
There it
could
is.
have kept that man away.
Reflection of Fire Phoenix Shift. I'm curious about what that does because I love Phoenix Shift. It is one of my favorite abilities. Enhances Phoenix Shift, increasing both movement speed and distance. Alright, I gotta try it. I don't think I got this in my other playthrough.
Forgive me.
There's nothing to forgive. You two met at the Vale, I take it.
When I worked there, yes. To earn the coin that my people need to survive. Though Mysidia is our sanctuary, there are certain necessities that it cannot provide. And for that reason, some of us seek employment beyond the wall. Yet few are the opportunities for followers of a strange faith in a strange land.
And so you supported your family as best you could.
I did. And I have never regretted it for a moment. I found a second family in the Vale. And in the Dame, a second mother.
Maybe
I
Lee
also
Harvey?
found
Maybe.
Hervey. But our love could never be. I knew that if I revealed my secret to him, I would be putting my people in danger. But that if I did not, I would be living a lie, unable to return home.
What will happen to him now?
Since our people settled in Mysidia, uninvited visitors have been few and far between, but not unknown. Explorers, survivors of shipwrecks. None lasted long.
I see.
That was before my time, you understand? I've never had to make a decision like this before. Yamila, know that I do not blame you for any of this. It was me who decided to make the trip to shore. Me who exposed our secret. This was my mistake, and I shall bear the responsibility.
Thank you, tributary. I only beg you to remember that Hervé means us no ill will. He's just a fool. A fool who loves me.
I will take that into consideration. But yours is not the only voice I must listen to. The whole family must be consulted, and it may take time for me to arrive at my decision. I hope you understand.
Of course, tributary. However long it takes. Come what may, I thank you, my lord, for bringing us back together.
Ageless millet. Though called millet, only a fool would endeavor to consume this ivory sand used primarily for polishing the stone floors of churches and temples. This particular sackful appears to have been affected by a circuit of ether, which has somehow slowed its degradation process, allowing it to maintain its fine sheen despite having been left untouched for several decades. Okay. There we go. Hervé is going to be killed. Sucks to be him.
Bastard things. Oh, I never should have let him go alone. Ty, take me, what am I gonna do?
You've got to help me. Shula said you were a force to be reckoned with. Are you?
Why do you ask?
Eh? Oh, sorry. I should explain. My name's Kitav. I'm worried about a friend of mine. He went into the forest and he hasn't come back. Would you help me find him?
I look so done.
Tell me what I need to know.
Of course. You know about the glamour our ancestors cast to keep this place hidden, right?
Shula told us about it, yes.
Right. So you know the cairns we use to maintain the spell? Well, it's me and my friend's job to maintain them. If it weren't for the likes of us, it would have faded years ago.
So your friend went into the forest to visit one of these cairns?
Aye, that's right. He said he was going down to Father's Fell. There are two cairns out that way, one by the banks of the Swift Run, and another near the Winged Wains, the, ships in the forest.
All right. How will I know this friend of yours?
His name's Nassef. He's about my height, but clean-shaven. If you could track him down and see that he's come to no harm, I'd be much obliged. I'll search the village, just in case anyone's seen him, and meet you back here.
Very well.
So this guy's like, I'll do nothing, and you go do everything. Victor,
One came by the ships, another by the river. Better get moving.
which hero of
Hail, stranger.
which game is your favorite to just give
Are you
every
right there by
quest to?
any chance?
I am. What gave me away?
Oh, I can smell it on you. The scent of the stables. And not just any stables. Something tells me you've never been one to ride half-starved birds with chine gall and wet beak. If I had a guess, I'd say your bird eats only the finest greens and has her feathers groomed twice a day with a curl hairbrush.
Nothing but the best for my Ambrosia.
Ambrosia, eh? Pretty name. What's she like?
Well, she's tall and strong. And her feathers are as white as snow.
You're joking. You've got a white chocobo.
I have, yes. I suppose they are rather rare.
This I've got to see. Can you bring her here?
What if
I
I
would
could?
if I could, but I doubt Shula's skiff could hold her.
Me dad's got a boat. And he's ferried chocobos before. You could get him to bring her. It'd be perfect timing and all. He's preparing for a trip beyond the wall as we speak. I'm sure he'd help you if you asked.
He would. Well, I don't suppose it would hurt to have Ambrosia around. All right then.
This woman's trying to
How could I find your
eat
father?
my chocobo.
He'll be in the storehouse on the other side of the brook. Tell him Manda sent you.
So this was their way of explaining how Ambrosia could get here, rather than just letting you summon your chocobo. They have you do a quest to ferry her over here.
Bastard things.
You one of the outsiders, then?
I am. Shula invited me. Are you Manda's father?
I am. Got you running errands for her already, has she?
She's asked to see my chocobo, but I'd need your help and your boat to bring her here.
Or you could just say no. Honestly, that girl and her birds, she'll be growing feathers soon enough.
Well, truth be told, I didn't take the idea seriously at first. But thinking about it, it would make it easier to get around if I had Ambrosia here. Can you help?
Well, if you're sure that's what you want. The tributary says we're to treat you lot as we would each other. So, if you need me to ferry your bird over, then that's what I'll do. Still, they don't take the water easily. I'll need you to bring us a mimic gourd or two to keep her calm on the journey over.
And where would I find one of those?
Oh, don't ask me. It's been years since I last brought a chocobo across the bay, and I'm told the world's changed a fair bit since then. Where do you usually get your stable supplies from?
Well, the man who made Ambrosia's tack lived in Martha's Rest, and if I remember correctly, he traded in chocobo feed too. So I suppose I'll go and ask him.
I'll be sailing over to Northreach soon to pick up some supplies. While I do that, you collect your bird and your gourd, and then meet me by the shore. Just don't take too long, all right?
All right, to Martha's Rest we go. Okay. Hey, Gage, would you date Martha? If you weren't a married man. And Vector was okay with it.
I remember you. You're the one who saved Whiteheart. How's the old girl doing?
She's very well. Thank you.
Oh, don't thank me. You're the one who saved her. Anyway, what brings you to the rest today?
I was hoping to purchase a mimit gourd. And I thought you might be able to tell me where I could find one.
Oh, reckon I could do better than that. Just so happens, I've got a whole carload of the blasted things. Not a buyer in sight.
Really?
Aye, you'd be doing me a favor taking a few off my hands before they turn to mush. But just be on the lookout for wild birds, eh? Don't want them chasing after you like they did me.
I will. And thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Any friend of Whiteheart is a friend of mine. And in times like these, friends have got to stick together.
We certainly do.
I wish I could go into a shop and they'd be like, you know what, yeah, sure, have this for free.
Father waiting.
I mean, it happens sometimes to people, never to me. But, you know, I've heard of people getting stuff for free every now and then. And Gage.
And now my help.
Giving his love for free. So the Rising Tide has a bit of a slower start than the Echoes of the Fallen, but it's got some really good stuff later on, don't you worry. we still got about an hour, hour and a half left to stream, so I'm not going to be going to the gym today, so I can
Those
probably
things
go
didn't
until
fight
about
like
5.
men.
I will be going tomorrow.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Ambrosia. Straight home now.
Ah, there you are. And this must be Ambrosia, was it? Oh, she's a real beauty, isn't she?
I have the mimic or two. Here.
Originally native to Ash, early trade between the Twin Realms saw the bright orange vegetable quickly spread across Storm. Though, unlike in Alud, where it can be found in a variety of culinary creations from pies to soups, west of the Atha, the mimic gourd's use is almost solely limited to chocobo fodder, as it is found to induce a calming effect in ill-tempered birds.
Thank you kindly. Soon as she's gobbled this up, we'll set sail.
We're going to take a little trip across the bay now, Ambrosia. Don't worry. You'll be all right.
Does a little butt wiggle. That's where we're headed, by the way, that dome up there. Once we finish off our side quests.
Well, we made it.
You didn't know? She is as white as snow. You're beautiful, aren't you, girl?
Brave, too. She was calm as you like on the journey over. The mimic gourd will have played its part, of course, but passing through the walls enough to spook most birds even then. Not this one, though.
Ambrosia's been through a lot. I doubt there's much that could unnerve her now.
Not with a beloved master by her side.
No. It's you who looks after me, isn't it, girl?
Anyway, thanks for bringing her here. I hope I can breed a bird like her someday.
And if you and Ambrosia need ferrying back to Northreach, you only need say the word.
Thank you. But I think we might explore Mysidia together. What do you say, Ambrosia?
Bird. There we go. We got some EXP and we got ourselves a whole bunch of warite, and we can now summon Ambrosia in Mysidia. We did it, team. Okay, we got at least one more side quest left to do, which we'll do when we get back from, I think there's only one. Yeah, we'll do one more side quest and then we will continue on with the MSQ as far as I know. Don't go anywhere, we got more FF16 for